In this video, I want to talk about something that I feel is very, very important. That's why I'm putting in the mindset here section, because I want you guys to realize that nobody's coming to save you. The only one that care as much as, about you is you. Unless like you have a great mother and all that. So what I'm trying to say here, that even if you join my program, even if you give anybody a bunch of money, doesn't mean it's gonna correlate to your success. You are fully responsible for your own success. Don't ever put your success on somebody else, because that is the number one way to fail. Okay, and I just want you guys to realize you got to be committed. You got to be committed to this, because you're starting a journey right now that if you're brand new into this space, let's say into the funding space, marketing space, sales, whatever it may be, and you're bad at it, that's okay. It's your first time getting into it. You're supposed to be bad at it. And once you commit yourself to something, then you commit yourself to become better at the thing that you're bad at. And if you're not committed, this is not going to happen, right? If you're not committed on growing a business that is successful, you're not going to want to learn marketing. If you're not committed on actually making sales and growing your business to a level that you never even dream of, then you have to commit. You have to commit and become better. Let's say if you're really bad at making ads, if you just accept, okay, I'm bad at making ads, I can never do this again, I'm screwed. Then you are screwed. Then you are screwed, because nobody's gonna come into your life, make a bunch of beautiful ads, and then you get rich, and then they're just gonna go away like if it was like an angel. That's not gonna happen. You need to be full responsible for your success. You need to be fully responsible and committed for everything in the business, right? Because what we're seeing is that a lot of our clients, you know, which it's okay if you feel like, okay, I paid Javi and Cloud all this money, I have to get success. And you're absolutely right, you should, because you made a huge investment, you should get a return. But this is not a real estate property, this is not crypto where you put a bunch of money in and expect money out, because there's like pretty much like it's an investment or whatever it may be. This is the business, all right? This is the business that you bought into. You bought the business. Now, if the operator, which is you, is not operating the business correctly, because they're doing, God knows, whatever the hell you may be doing, but not the thing that they should be doing to scale the business, then it's not gonna work out. That's why you need to be committed. You need to tell yourself, hey, I'm gonna focus on this and I'm gonna make it work, no matter who's teaching me, no matter whose course or whose mentorship or what business I get into. Because I know myself, I know I'm a hard worker. I just need to know the blueprint for I could internalize it, work it out and keep pushing, right? Because that's how I got into every mentorship. I was speaking literally to a client, a prospect the other day, not a client. He didn't end up joining. I didn't even want this person to join, but he was just going on and on and on about all these mentorships, all these courses, and all this stuff that is all BS, because nobody gets results. And then it's funny because I kept asking him, well, which mentorship and which course did you buy that you didn't get results? And this guy said, "Oh, I haven't gotten into any yet. I'm just saying that, like, I'm aware that all these courses and all this mentorship don't work." And I'm like, "So one, you're talking about something you don't know nothing about because you never bought one, and two, how do you know that's true? Because you heard somebody say it." Because for me personally, everyone, I have spent over 100, and I think we're about to get to $200,000 in courses, mentorships, masterminds, whatever it may be, just knowledge, and I always got an ROI on it. It doesn't matter if the actual person who sold me the program, I don't rely their success, my success on them. I just need the information. Okay, got it. This is the information. I'm gonna make it happen. So that's why you need to be committed to your success. If you commit yourself, okay, I no matter what happens, I'm gonna make this funding company successful. I'm gonna reach at least 20, and then once I make 20K months, I'm gonna go to 50K months, and then once I get to 50K months, I'm gonna go to 100K months, and I'm not gonna stop until that happens, because I'm tired of trying different BS and nothing is working. I see other people getting results, and I want the same results. So you gotta just commit. And another thing that I keep seeing with a lot of you guys is you guys have multiple things running, right? And it's very difficult, and you guys are going crazy. And this is a quote that I learned from, I forgot who told me this. I think it was actually Stephen Father. That he's like, Javi, a hunter who chases two rabbits catches none. And I love that, because at the time, I think I was running like four different businesses. And he's like, that's why you're making, 5 or 10K on each business, because you're not focused on one. And that it makes Like I didn't see it at the time because I thought it was cool to have four different businesses all making a little bit. I thought I was like, the next Elon Musk. But unfortunately, we're not as smart as him. We're not Elon Musk. We don't have geniuses as partners that can literally run the entire business while we're like, handling Twitter or whatever it may be. We are just need to focus, and we need to be honest with ourselves that we need to commit. We need to learn the skills. We need to acquire the skills that we need to get this to the next level. And it's all on you. That's why I said in the beginning of the video, nobody's coming to save you. Nobody's care as much as you do. Like nobody's gonna literally jump on your sales calls and close them for you, and you keep everything. Nobody's gonna jump onto your DMs and book all the calls for you, close them for you, fulfill them for you, and then you sit back and get rich. That is gonna happen eventually once you have enough capital and you can employ people and they can do that. That will happen. I do it like myself. Like that's how I run the business. But you gotta get to that point. You don't start from 100%. You start at zero and slowly climb up. We all know this, right? So you got to commit to yourself. You gotta there's a famous story about burning the ships, which it's burning the sails, is that pretty much it was in this book. It's a great book called 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene. I love Robert Greene. He has a really great books now, and this book just talks about a bunch of wars of stories. And there's a particular battle that this guy, I forgot exactly the story, but pretty much he went to I think it was actually uh, it was the Spaniards coming to Mexico pretty much like hundreds of years ago, and they're trying to conquer Mexico because all the gold or whatever. But the person that was the leader of the Spanish group, their soldiers they wanted to go home pretty much. They want to go back to Spain. They were losing the battle and they were getting pretty much screwed over. And the leader one day wakes up and he burns all the sails. Like he pretty much lights on fire every single ship that was parked on the coast, on the beach or whatever it may be. And all the soldiers go crazy. Like, what the hell was going on? Goes, why would you do that? Now we can go home. And he's like, you're right. Now we can go home. Now we need to either fight or we're gonna die. And it was a small team of 50 people. They were over pretty much that small team were able to slaughter hundreds because they were pretty much there was no turning back. It was burned to sails. We gotta fight, we gotta commit, or we're gonna die here on this beach either way. And that small change, that small mindset or different framework, like, hey, we can go back home. Like this is your home right now, and you gotta defend it. It made them, it was the reason why they survived. It was the reason why they finally went back home years later. So what I'm trying to say with that story is that you just gotta burn the sails. You just gotta burn the ships and say, fuck it, I'm here, I'm gonna commit, and no matter what happens, I'm gonna make myself successful. And I always tell this to everyone, they just don't get it, that this might be even your last mentorship that you need, or this might be the last mentorship you need to acquire the skills to get to your next level of like 400 300k months or even $1 million a month, and then you probably have another mentor. Because in this mentorship, if you actually learn everything I'm teaching you, I'm giving you everything that I learned in the past 6 years of marketing and sales and business, and everything that I got to be successful to make 200 300 400k months. So I'm giving you guys everything. So if you guys really commit and really narrow down on like, okay, I just need to acquire the skills of marketing, sales, and fulfillment, and I will have the life that I want. I heard somebody say this too. I think it was Alex Ramosi, or maybe it was him, that he was like, your life is, no, it was actually his CEO, Kyle, when I went to Gym Launch. She's like, your life, the life you desire is in the other side of the skills that you need to acquire, pretty much. So he's pretty much saying, acquire these skills and the life that you want is going to be on the other side of it. So we just need to commit into the things that we need to. Like, if you don't like sales, then better start liking sales, because I hated fucking sales. I hated it. I'm telling you. Like, I used to think sales were like, oh, it's a disgusting things. People have to sell me something that I don't want to do. Oh, fuck salesman, all of this. But I didn't understand what sales was. Sales is a persuading game. Is you giving somebody enough information where they can make a decision on themselves. Convincing somebody is like making somebody do what you want to do. Persuading is giving somebody enough information where they can make the decision on themselves, and that's what sales is about. When I understood that, I'm like, oh, I'm just providing information for they can make a decision, right? So it's a conversation pretty much, and that's when I started liking sales. So if you don't like sales, then start liking it. If you don't like marketing, then start liking it, because you're not gonna move forward. This is the skills you need to move forward. That's why you've been stuck at where you've been for such a long time, because you don't have the skill of marketing, you don't have the skill of sales, and if you have just those two, I promise you will succeed. So take full advantage of this program. Commit into this business. If you have multiple things running, turn them off. Or if you're not getting results, that might be the reasons why you're not getting results. So expect for you to be like going crazy, so you're not getting results. Well, it's because you're running 7 businesses at once, and it's not gonna work out. So you need to commit. You need to commit. You need to commit to the things that you are not good at. Get better at it, and then we'll see. I promise, if you guys learn how to market, how to book calls, and how to sell, it'll be impossible for you guys to make money. Because if you guys could guarantee me, hey, Javi, I'm booking 10 calls a week at a 30% closing rate, then you guys will be literally at 30 to 50K months. There's just no way about it. But you got to commit to those KPIs. You got to commit to those skills. And if you acquire those skills and if you make it happen, I promise you, I guarantee you that you will be making minimum 20 to 30K months. You'll be literally absurd if you don't do that. All right. So that's it for this video. I know it's a little bit, a little bit ranting, a little more on, but I really wanted to show you guys that, like, if you focus and you commit and you do what I did, that I stopped going out. I stopped talking to people that didn't provide me any information that had to move me forward. I lost friends during this period. Like some of my family members stopped talking to me. I became literally I just became obsessed. I was just literally facing this monitor for almost 6 or 8 months continually, and that's why I went from 0 to all the way to 300K months in a matter of 8 to 10 months. That was the reason why I would do it, because I was focused, I was committed. I didn't get no distraction. Literally, I was obsessed with growing the business, and if it was not about growing the business, I didn't put energy into it. And if you do this, then you will become successful. It'll be honestly, it'll be very crazy, or it'll be almost shocking if you tell me, hey, Javi, I've been putting almost 8 hours a day into this business, I'm not getting nowhere. Because a lot of us, just before I end, a lot of us are putting maybe 2 hours a day into the business, thinking that we're working our ass off. And I'm telling you, you're not doing it. I gotta stop the emotes, but I gotta take it out somehow. Sorry about the balloons, but a lot of you guys are putting 2 hours a day into your business, thinking you guys are doing the most. Or even if it's 4 hours, you're not doing enough. We used to work a 9 to 5 and put 10 hours or 8 hours a day into somebody else's business. But now when it comes into your business, you barely put 2. You barely put 3. And how do I know? It's because I talk to you guys. Hey, how long did it take you to create the ads? Oh, an hour, 30 minutes. Okay, so what else did you do today? Oh, I talked to a few clients. Oh, what did you do today? And then when you condense the day, they only worked for literally like 2 or 3 hours. And then you forgot that you used to work 8 hours, 10 hours at a day on a shift for somebody else's business, but you're not putting the same focus, energy, and commitment into your own business. So please keep that in mind, that if you're not getting results, it's because you're not committed enough. You're not putting in enough time and energy into the things that move the needle. And that's what you got to do. You got to commit. You got to put time and energy